Hello and welcome to Caravanning with the Missus. Thanks for tuning in, joining, watching, subscribing, and I hope you're all well. Yes. So today's little vlogette is about my thoughts and my reasoning behind getting my new latest vlogging gear, which is a DJI Pocket 2 vlogging camera. So, okay, I might have to refer to my notes, my notettes. For some reason today I'm in an et sort of mood where everything's got to end with et, E-T-T-E, don't know. Anyway, because it's a little vlogette. So let's crack on. Yeah, so why did I upgrade? Okay, now as regular viewers probably know, I don't really like to buy new gear unless I absolutely have to. Rather spend me hard-earned cash on holiday and other bits and bobs like that. But yes, unfortunately the time came where I needed to upgrade. You might have seen my vlog recently. I'll put the link below on the new phone that I got, Unihertz Jelly Max. I'll put the link below. So I've recently had to upgrade to the Unihertz Jelly Max because my old phone, a Sony 5-year-old Sony, stopped working. And I prefer to use my phone because I don't like to carry around other gear with me because, as most of you will probably know, I enjoy walking. I like to walk and I don't like to have bags and stuff on my back and all the rest of that. I just like to walk naturally without having to carry stuff around. So that's why I used to like using my phone. But unfortunately, whatever. I upgraded to my new phone, which unfortunately doesn't have image stabilization. So I thought I'll see if I can crack on with the phone without image stabilization. Having done a couple of vlogs and watched them on the big telly, on the 55-inch telly, you can really see how wobbly they are. It's impossible to hold it dead steady. So on a big telly, it still looks dead steady. On a phone, probably looks, if you're watching these on a phone, probably looks quite steady, but yes. On bigger screens, I don't look steady at all. So then I thought, well, got to do something about this. Can't have my viewers watching us with all this jerkiness going on. So then I started to consider getting a gimbal for my phone. I went into Curry's. We got Curry's. It's about 40 minutes down the road walking. So I popped in there a few times with my phone. Tried it on different gimbals. Because the phone's quite thick, it's about 16 millimeters thick. It was very, very, in fact, there weren't any gimbals that I tried. There's only about 3 gimbals in there that I could try. There's the DJI 7P. Yeah, and there was another one as well. So there were 2 or 3 gimbals that I would try, but the brackets for them wouldn't secure my phone. So after trying to think of ways of sort of I could probably adapt it, maybe bend the bracket round a bit and all the rest of that with my pliers, and I thought, oh, I'm not too sure about any of that. Not only that, it would leave me with a gimbal that's quite big. They're quite big, bulky things. Next to the gimbals in Curry's, there was a DJI OSMO Pocket 3, which obviously tiny little thing compared to these gimbals. I thought, oh, that looks quite small. But I didn't like the price tag. That was about £600. I think you can get it online for about £500, something like that. But I really didn't want to spend that sort of money on vlogging gear. So I sort of thought, no, I won't bother with that. And then after a while, I realised that the gimbals are actually quite big and bulky themselves. And they've got the bits that come out at all different angles and they fold over. But even so, they're good. You know, you wouldn't be able to put them in your pocket. So I'd need to have a bag, carry a bag around me. Having thought about all that, I then started to think, I could do something a bit smaller. So I then saw on the internet, I started reading about the DJI Pocket 2. I thought, okay, it's not as good as the Pocket 3, but it is smaller. Hopefully the quality is just as good. It seemed to be all right from what other vloggers, YouTubers I've been watching. This quality seems to be pretty good. And also I looked on the internet and I found the cheapest one for £180. That is second hand. And for some reason, £180 just didn't seem too bad. So I thought, oh, perhaps I could just about stretch to that. So I ended up buying my DJI Pocket 2 from the from CEX online, but they've also, you might have seen, they've got shops downtown and stuff. So I bought it there for £180. here it is. This is currently being filmed on my phone, by the way, so that I can show you the Osmo 2. I will switch over later towards the end of this vlog and start filming with the Pocket 2 itself. But yeah, here it is. Comes with a nice handy carry case. Reason I like it is because it's tiny, 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 tiny. Look, I'll show you how it fits in my pocket. So it's in its case like that, and you can see I normally put my phone in this pocket, but the other one around the other side is just the same. So you see it quite easily fits in there, or if my phone is in there, I can quite easily pop it into this pocket here. There you go, and walk along like that. Or as I say, usually I have my phone in that pocket, and then in this pocket I usually have nothing, so I can put my Pocket 2 in there. You can see I'll walk along like that. Whee! So great fun. So yeah, I love its size. To whip it out of its case, just go like that. In the end here, that's another thing I like about it. It's got a flat bottom, well, hey, which means that you can just stand it up anywhere. So like if I'm out walking, I want to do a little clip of myself, a little bit of B-roll of myself walking along. All I need to do is just pop it on top of a fence or something like that, or even put it on the ground if there's a flat bit of ground, or probably wedge it in a tree or something. So yeah, because it's got a flat bottom, makes all that sort of thing a lot easier. And it's also got a socket for a tripod, because with my phones, this phone and my last phone, my Sony, I always had to pop them on here. A little tripod with got bendy legs. But only problem is, as you can see, the legs fall off. There's another one that falls off as well. So I'm forever sort of trying to wrap these things around a fence or something with the phone in here, and then the leg falls off and the phone falls out, and oh dearie, dearie, dearie me. So a bit of a palaver. So yeah. So instead of doing that, I can just stand it up on a post or something somewhere. So I like that. Also, another thing I like about it is the fact that it's got 4 microphones. It's got one microphone there, one microphone around the side, one microphone around the back, and another one around the side. I would imagine, because it's got those 4 microphones, it should be quite good at noise cancellation. Because what I'm kind of thinking is the noises that these 3 microphones pick up, it should be able to take those away from the sound that the front one picks up. So the front one should pick up my voice a bit clearer. So I'm hoping that I don't know, it probably does something like that for the to get rid of the background noise. But we shall see. But for the time being, I'm probably just going to use these microphones as a backup plugged into my phone to record the audio. Just as a backup, in case the audio from this isn't that good. Certainly in wind, I would imagine this will struggle a bit, but all microphones do, unless they've got a fluffy thing on top of them. But we'll see how we go with the microphones anyway. Because it's small, it's only got a tiny, tiny, tiny screen, but I think that's just about big enough for me to sort of use it to frame myself in the screen. It's got face locking anyway, so that pretty much ensures that I'll always be in the center. But yeah, I think it's just about visible, big enough for me to frame myself and see what's behind me in the shot. Let's turn it on. Look, I'll turn it on by pressing that button there on the side. Boom, boom, boom. Hang on, and you can see it powering up. There it goes. So by default, it'll oh look, it's looking for something. Is it looking for my face? Oh, it might have, don't know what it's locked onto. It's locked onto something. It's locked onto an object. What's it looking at? I don't know what it's, oh, is it? I think it's locked onto the, yeah, it's looking at the camera because it's spotted my face in it. It's got, anyway, it's got some nice features, face object tracking rather, so it can track objects, which I think it's doing at the moment. See, as I turn it around, as I turn the handle round, the actual camera part, the top part, is fixed onto something. Probably my face in my phone, which I'm recording this in. But anyway, all good stuff. It's got, yeah, various modes for tracking, following, etc. A little joystick there as well. So anyway, this isn't the purpose of this little vlog, isn't to do a review of the phone. It's just to say why I like it, why I'm upgrading it and all the rest of that. So there it is. Let's turn it off. Beep, beep, boom. There you go. And pop it back in its little case. There's its little case. So to pop it back in, just pop it up there, pop it in there, and sorted. Nice and sturdy. It's got a USB-C port, which you can plug your computer into to download all your videos and stuff. You can get a add-on which basically doubles, extends it, makes it a bit longer. It's called a do-it-all thing, but that's got Wi-Fi and Bluetooth built into it, as well as a receiver for the DJI microphone. Only one microphone, it seems, which is one downside about this. It doesn't seem to be compatible with other microphones, so I can't use these microphones with it. It's only the DJI microphone, which is a little bit unfortunate. However, as I say, I personally can use these with my phone, record some audio, and then it's quite easy just to match it up later when I'm editing, if I need to, if the sound on this isn't good enough. But yeah, that's a downside. But plus side is you can plug your computer in there. You can also slide this bit off, put an attachment on there, which enables you to plug your phone straight in the side of it, which is quite handy because if you need the bigger screen to frame yourself or whatever, you can then see yourself on the phone. And you can get a bracket which sort of holds the two together, holds the Osmo onto the end of your phone. So yeah, which is quite handy if you want to. I don't think I'll need that facility. And that's another thing I like about it is the fact that Wi-Fi and Bluetooth is in a separate module, because I don't think I'm going to need that, because to transfer videos, I would imagine it's quicker using USB. So I'm okay just plugging a USB cable in. I only do that at the end of the holiday anyway, to download all my footage and put it all together. So yeah, nice one. The battery doesn't last too long. It only lasts for about 2 hours, but I think that should be long enough for my uses, for my vlogs. I mean, my typical vlog's about 30 minutes long, so 2 hours worth of footage, that should be fine. I'll just need to charge it up probably at the beginning of a typical holiday, and then it should last me for the whole holiday, I would expect, I would hope. But yeah, so as far as we're concerned, for me and this channel, this should be a step up quality wise. So I'll now switch over to the Pocket 2 and film the rest of this vlogette with it. So here we are. We're now filming on the DJI Pocket 2. So with no tripod, so I'm just holding it with my hand, but it should still be nice and steady, because I had the phone on a tripod because I can't hold out steady enough. Anyway, yes, so here we are filming on the DJI Pocket 2. I think quality-wise, it should be picture quality. I think they're probably similar to the camera, but as I say, less need for using a tripod. Its bigger brother, the Pocket 3, I must admit that does look like a beautiful thing because it's got a much bigger sensor and better color depth as well. It's got 10-bit color as opposed to 8-bit color, which this one's got, which is absolutely beautiful. Looks really, really, really nice. However, I'm sort of thinking by the time YouTube's done its compression and all the rest of that, I'm sure you would notice the difference if you did a side-by-side comparison between the 2 and the 3. However, so while the picture quality is much better in the DJI Pocket 3 than the 2, you notice that if you do side-by-side comparisons, I'm thinking that this is probably good enough for the YouTube vlogs for our channel at the moment anyway. So what I'll now do is I'll show you a bit of footage from all 3 cameras. So first of all, here's some footage from my old phone, my 5-year-old Sony phone. As you can see, it has got image stabilization, but not physical stabilization that the Osmo Pockets 2 and 3 have got. So the phone stabilization isn't as good, and also the color depth isn't as good as well. But yeah, it did me well for 5 years until it kept crashing and all the rest of that. So that's my phone, and then here we've got some footage of my new phone. If you're watching this on a bigger telly, you can probably see that it's quite jerky. The colour depth, the colours should be a bit better, but it's still quite jerky. And then we got some sample footage that I did when I was testing the Pocket 2. So hopefully you can see on this that it's a lot steadier, although I wasn't holding it particularly steady. I was seeing what it would look like if I walked along talking to the camera while bouncing it up and down quite a bit. But the stabilization did a great job, and the colors should be at least as good as the new phone as well. So yeah, there's the comparison between the three. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope you found it interesting. If you're watching this vlog before the 23rd of September, then we'll probably be away in Berwick-upon Tweed, which is just on the England-Scotland border, or we're going to venture into Scotland for a little bit, as it's my friend Rob's big birthday. So hi Rob, if you're watching, but I know you don't think you usually watch our vlogs. But yeah, so looking forward to that. Hopefully we'll get a decent bit of weather. It's turning a bit nicer at the moment. So that's where we'll be before the 23rd of September, and then watch out for the vlogs coming out from that. So yes, happy days. So anyway, as I say, I hope you've enjoyed this vlog, found it interesting, etc. Do look after yourselves, and we'll see you later, taters.